Welcome everyone. In Ark Nova, you are trying to build the most successful zoo. To set up the game, you'll place the game board in the center of the table. The break token goes on the break track at its starting point, which is determined by the player count. In this case, I am setting up for a 2-player game. Next, you will shuffle the 9 hexagonal bonus tiles and place 4 on the game board in their spots below the 5 and 8. Afterwards, you will take all the zoo cards and shuffle them together. Place 6 cards face down on the game board, 1 on each of the notepads numbered 1 through 6. Next, you will place the 2 organizers with the game pieces in them near the game board where players can access the contents. Now we can move on to the association board. Place this near the game board and then populate it by placing 1 partner zoo and university on each of the spaces. Now grab all the base conservation projects which have a green back with a shield on it and shuffle them together. Randomly reveal 3 to use this game, or 4 if playing with 4 players. If you are setting up for 2 players like me, you will need to cover up all the left spaces on the donation track as well as 1 space on each conservation project. Use a color that you aren't using this game. The cubes placed on the project should be placed as shown on the screen, where each project has 1 cube in a different spot. If you are playing with 3 or 4 players, you do not need to cover any of the spots with cubes. Next, shuffle the final scoring tiles which have a little hourglass on them. Place them next to the board. You will likely want to leave the icon overview sheet out of the box and place it at the table for everyone to reference it. For the player setup, each player should take a random zoo map and place it in front of them. Then, each player receives 1 set of action cards. Place the animal action card in slot 1, then shuffle the other 4 action cards and place them in the remaining slots. Each player will then pick a color and take all the pieces for that color. This is how the pieces go on the player board. Place 7 cubes covering the project reward spaces on the left-hand side of your board. Then place 3 of your association workers on their spaces on the right-hand side of your board. The 4th association worker is placed in your notepad area. Find all 3 tall scoring markers and place them onto the game board at these locations. 1 is for the conservation track, which is the green spaces starting at the top left. 1 is for the appeal track starting at the bottom left, and the final one is for the reputation track, which is the blue track in the middle of the board. Take your remaining cubes and set them off to the side. They will be used for various things throughout the game. Each player will start with 25 money, which should be kept in your notebook area on your player board. All players will draw 2 final scoring cards. You can look at these, but note that at a later point in the game, you will have to decide which of the 2 you want to keep and get rid of the other. Next, all players draw 8 zoo cards from the deck on the game board. Each player will choose 4 cards to keep and will discard the other cards face up to the discard pile. I'll briefly go over the card structure so you can decide which cards you want to keep. There are 3 types of zoo cards: animal cards with an orange background, sponsors with a blue background, and conservation projects with a green background. Animal cards have a money cost printed on them. They also have a minimum enclosure size. You should plan to spend 2 more money per required enclosure size. Animals often have when played abilities in addition to giving appeal, conservation, and/or reputation. Some animals also have prerequisites shown as red banners under the cost. Refer to the icon sheet to know what these icons mean. Sponsor cards are played using the sponsors action and give some powerful rewards. In general, the yellow section is immediate rewards, the blue or purple is an ongoing effect, and the brown is an endgame scoring bonus. Like animals, some sponsor cards have prerequisites you must meet in order to play the card. The green conservation projects can be played when taking the association action if you meet one of the tiers shown on the card. That should give you enough info to select your 4 starting cards for now. There are plenty of ways to get more cards later on, so don't stress out about it too much for your first game. After all players have selected which cards they are going to keep, reveal the 6 cards on the game board by flipping them face up. We will now go over the core loop of the game. Players will take turns taking one action, which is done by selecting an action card and playing it at the power level of the slot it is in. After resolving the action, you will remove the card from its slot, then shift all cards right. You then place the used card in slot 1. Each card has 2 sides. We'll cover both sides of each card, starting with the cards action. When you take the cards action, look up the strength of the slot used in the table on the cards action card. Then choose one of the benefits in that column. Your options will be draw cards from the deck, then discard cards from your hand, or if you use the card at strength 5, you can choose to snap one card from the display instead. Snap means to take any one card from the display area, and that is what I'm going to do for this first turn. After you have upgraded your cards action to the level 2 side, you will be able to choose to draw cards from within reputation range or from the top of the deck. Reputation range means that you can utilize any of the cards that are in a reputation zone that you occupy or have passed. You can mix and match drawing cards from the display and from the top of the deck, but the display does not get replenished until the end of your turn. With the level 2 cards action, you also have the option to snap cards sooner. Whenever you take the cards action, you must advance the break token 2 spaces towards the coffee mug. You are required to upgrade your cards action before you can get more than 9 reputation. If you have not upgraded your cards action, excess reputation is forfeit. The build action allows you to build exactly one building from the choices listed on the card. The choices are also shown on your game board. The cost of each building is equal to 2 times the number of spaces it covers. The maximum size building you can build is equal to the strength of slot used. The first time you build a building, you can place it anywhere along the edge of your board, but all future buildings will need to be played touching one of your existing buildings. If you build a standard enclosure, you will place it on the yellow side that shows the number, indicating the size of the enclosure. Kiosks must be placed 3 spaces apart from all other kiosks. In addition, no buildings can be played on mountains or water. After upgrading the build action, you can now split the total size among different buildings instead of just building 1. The cost remains as 2 per spot covered by all buildings you place. An upgraded build action is required to build the reptile house or the aviary, which are an alternate way to store your animals and usually can house multiple animals. An upgraded build card is also required to build on the spaces marked with the pink level 2 spade on your map. The animal action is how you play animal cards from your hand. You match the number of the slot you are using with the table on the animals action card to determine how many animals you are allowed to play. You must meet all the conditions to be able to play an animal, including having a valid enclosure with space. Reference the icon help sheet if you need to help figure out what one of the icons means. After you have selected an animal, pay the coin cost and choose the enclosure to place your animal in. Standard enclosures are flipped to the green side when they are in use. All other enclosure types use one of your player cubes per space the animal requires. Gain any immediate effects from the animal indicated in the text box, then gain all the appeal, reputation, and conservation points that the animal provides. The level 2 animals action allows you to play more animals and grants 1 reputation if played at strength 5. In addition, it allows you to play animal cards directly from the display. If you do this, you must pay an added coin cost equal to the notebook value of the card you play, and the chosen card must be within reputation range. If you play a card that has 2 sizes, the left size is the standard enclosure, and the other size is the amount of cubes you would place in a special enclosure. The petting zoo animals, like the one shown on screen here, can only be played in a petting zoo and take 1 space each. The next action option is Association. In this action, you send one of your association workers to perform a task on the association board. The maximum strength you can use is equal to the slot you use it from. The 2 option provides 2 reputation, the 3 option grants 1 partner zoo, the 4 option allows you to gain 1 of the universities, and the 5 option allows you to support a conservation project. You can support a project that is in play or play a new one from your hand. To do this action, you must have achieved 1 of the tiers of the project. Then you will select 1 of your association cubes from your board. The cube you select provides an immediate effect and may also provide an income effect. In addition, all projects will provide conservation points. Only 1 cube can be placed on each tier of every conservation project, so it is first come, first serve. You are only allowed to place 1 worker per association action, unless you have upgraded your association action to level 2. In this case, you can divide your strength between 2 or more workers. After upgrading to level 2, you also gain the option to make a charitable donation to gain a conservation point. The donation cost is the lowest uncovered spot in the donation section. After donating, place 1 of your cubes on the spot you used. You will make this donation once at the end of your association action. If all the spaces above are covered, any player can still make a donation, but the cost will be 12 money. Making a donation is optional, but can only be done 1 time per association action. An upgraded association action is required to gain 3 or more partner zoos. The last action is the sponsors action. The level 1 action allows you to play exactly 1 sponsors card from your hand. The strength of the sponsors card needs to be less than or equal to the slot used. You also need to make sure you meet the prerequisites for the sponsor. When you play a sponsor card, you place it next to your player board face up. Then you resolve any immediate yellow effects. If your card has ongoing effects, you will need to keep track of those to make sure you get the benefits. The sponsors card has an alternate option, which is to gain X money and advance the break token X spaces. If you choose this option, X is equal to the strength of the sponsors card. The upgraded sponsors card allows you to play sponsor cards within reputation range. You will need to pay money equal to the number on the notebook to be able to play from the display. In addition, the upgraded sponsors cards adds 1 to the total strength available and allows you to play multiple sponsor cards in 1 action. If you choose to use the sponsors card to gain coins and break, you will gain 2 times the strength of the card as money. If you cannot or do not want to play any of your action cards, you can select 1 card to move to slot 1, then gain 1 X token. X tokens can be used to increase the value of the current action by 1 per X token used. For example, if I wanted to play this animal's action at strength 5, I could use my X token to make it so, even though it is used from the 4 slot. Whenever the break token reaches the end of the track, a break will occur at the end of that turn. When a break occurs, go through all the steps on the end of the break track. The first thing that happens is that the player who triggered the break gains 1 X token. Then all players discard down to 3 cards, or 5 if you possess the university that increases your hand size to 5. Next, all multiplier, venom, and constriction tokens are discarded. Then everyone's association workers are returned to their supply. Partner zoos and universities are replenished. The bottom 2 cards are discarded from the display, which are on notebooks 1 and 2. Then all other cards slide down and 2 new cards are revealed. Finally, players will take income. Players take income simultaneously. Your base income is equal to the amount shown on the board by your appeal marker. Then you add coins from your kiosks, which give you 1 coin per adjacent special building and occupied standard enclosure. The last thing to check during income is whether you have any other purple income revealed on your board or through sponsors. After the break is resolved, place the break token back on its starting space based on the player count. Play proceeds clockwise. the game will end when a player's appeal token reaches or surpasses the zone that his or her conservation token is in. All other players will get one more turn. At the end of the game, you will add the bonus from your final scoring card and from any of your sponsor cards with brown boxes on them. To get your final victory points, add the little white number from your conservation space that your scoring marker occupies to your appeal. That is your final score. The player with the highest victory points wins the game. Let's briefly chat strategy. Each board has its own special ability, but I will not be covering those in this video. First tip, it is generally best to play your action card that is in your 5 slot so you can get the most power out of your actions. During the game, you can aim to get all 4 of your association workers, but most importantly, you should aim to upgrade 4 of your 5 action cards. You will want to make sure you get at least 5 appeal before the first break because income ramps very steeply at the beginning of the game. To help you get a head start, it is often good to try to support a conservation project early on in the game. This is really useful for 2 reasons. First, there are powerful one-time bonuses that you get for reaching checkpoints on the conservation track. The second is you get a reward for removing a cube from one of your project spaces on the left of your board. Pro tip, I like to gain the association worker reward with my first project, and I always take the upgrade a card option when I reach 2 conservation. The order that you upgrade your actions is up to you, but since you can only upgrade 4, I'll say that the one I typically leave out is the sponsor's action. The last thing you need to know is that the 2 large hex rewards for reaching 5 and 8 conservation are first come, first serve. This means that if a player selects one of those rewards, all future players will not have the option when they reach 5 or 8 conservation respectively. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I especially hope you can enjoy playing Ark Nova. This is one of my favorite games. Please be sure to like and subscribe with the bell on so you can be notified when we drop more content like this.